Hello. Welcome back to my playthrough of Heaven Will Be Mine. A very gay space robot game. Ah. Oh, I've already talked about this. Don't make it sound like I hate following command any less than you. Don't worry. I would never doubt that. Hey, Mercury. Why are you still with Celestial Mechanics? Why are you? If you still are, that is. You're the one who can choose. Mercury. Oh, don't. If you hadn't hijacked String of Pearls, you'd be here like me, waiting. To see if it's true that we can be what comes after being human. I don't want that for you. I certainly don't trust or believe in celestial mechanics or Lepetus, but wasn't that the worst part? Even after he decided we weren't good enough to be chosen pilots, neither of us left. He knew we wouldn't leave, because we already wanted it too much. You still want it more than anything else? I don't know. I don't know what I know what I don't want, and that is to have nothing, and it's to have nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for what? Coming to space, going to the academy, never having a chance to fight in the Cold War. Not having a say either way. Falling stupidly for the worst man alive. I'm counting on you, Saturn, to give me something better than just the same Earth we left. You never have to worry about that. I only have the highest ambitions for us. Those girls you're flirting with better have a decent future for us, is all I'm saying. Sure, fine, okay. Only if it's a really good one. If nothing else, I'll make sure that he doesn't get the future he wanted. Ha! Any future but the future he wants is good. Give me and Ganymede a good place. There. Wherever and whenever it is. Nick's resignation 2. Nix, you fundamentally misunderstood the purpose of pursuing the dream of space. I never sought to correct you. After all, the great things you have accomplished are the result of that misunderstanding. You believed that your dream was so universally you believed that your dream you believed that your dream, so universally loved, was loved because we wanted it to come true. This is not the case, of course. Even though I think the Memorial Foundation truly believed that they wanted the same as you. But as the tides of Earth turn and they realized in their own hearts that they are not the forefront of humanity's change, but slaves to its whims. To protect human culture means to always be at its beck and call, no matter what it becomes, and their dream is one of overwhelming power that will unlock the last mysteries and cement our authority forever. What your children achieved with freedom from gravity, we will have the power to determine on our own. I hope you can understand the depths of my gratitude to you for exploring these ideas, that they might one day belong to us. Lepetus. Ooh. Academy Student Research Records, Mercury. Origin, database leak. Author, Pilot Operation Manager Europa. Of all the Generation 3 pilots, Mercury is far and away one of the best suited to actually be a pilot. To the degree I'd be terrified of giving that position to any one of Lupitus's nightmare brats. So there's absolutely no chance he'll be assigned, of course. He really is trying to maximize. What I want to impress, however, is that Mercury is still someone Lupitus chose personally as for the pilot role. When he served himself during the Cold War alongside the current tier candidate Saturn, Mercury used to be a lot different, which is obvious. A lot of our pilots used to be a lot different, for reasons only space can explain. I think reducing it to Mercury's personal stake as an is as incomplete a reading as it would be. I think reducing it to Mercury's personal stake is as incomplete a reading as it would be for any of the other pilots in the celestial mechanics. Some of them even know exactly what they're doing. Mercury, most of all. I don't think he has petulant grudges against humanity. He's just very critical. I kind of expected that to just be like Dead Name Central. Choose missions! Becoming stars. The Langrade colony is an uninhabitable husk, but Cradle's Graces still clings to it. Quite literally. Pluto's dream might collapse under its own weight, or crush Saturn under it. Deeper cuts. For fuck's sake. Deep. Deeper cuts. In the Garden District closest to the malfunctioning, broken tidal reactor that kept the colony together, time and space aren't quite right. It's a perfect place for a real fight. How deep under Lunaterra's skin do you think she can get? I like Saturn. She's cool. Lunaterra just seems like an old war lady. Saturn seems to like delay. Okay. I was terrified that was gonna like actually do something instead of just like clicking to change it. Pluto seems relatable. I feel like we share common interests. The whole colony? It's so refreshing to see you surprised for once, Saturn. I'm soaking it in. Mercury. But seriously, he wants me to stop Cradle's Graces from taking the entire colony out of the Lagrange point? Why? Why would they do that? Why would we care enough to stop them from trying? The colony should just rot. It's over. There's nothing left there. Cradle's Graces wants those memories to live again. We need to discard Earth completely and start something new. It's an anchor pulling us back home. The success of opening the gravity well on the moon will depend completely on how much is holding us down. Even weak gravity like that. That's more than just stopping her, then. You want me to destroy the colony? That's the mission, yes. Not that. Not that I'm not the greatest, but isn't that basically impossible for me? It's huge. There are smaller moons. Do your best, then. The less memories, the better. I thought you didn't have any problems, that the colony should just rot. Ah, that's a funny joke. We both went through the same shit, don't ask me that. Every happy memory is made retroactively disgusting by the sort of person Oedipus turned out to be. I hate him so much. I will never get over how much Saturn... Yes, Mercury? Then why are you still pretending to be with the celestial mechanics? Why are you doing this is a real question, Mercury. You know him like I do. Why are you still here? I apparently have enough power to destroy a colony, and I can ditch him whenever I want. Leave Celestial Mechanics, take Ganymede. I'll protect you. I'll make sure there's a good future in the end. You absolutely will not be fine if I leave. Of course I don't trust him at all, but he wants what I want. It's what you want, too. I can't trust him on anything else, but I can trust him on that. Even if he's just doing this for his own gain, with some other agenda in mind, he's truly going to give us this. Ugh. Disgusting, that's what I fell for. Stop reminding me. That's why I trust you too, of course, even though I shouldn't. I know you won't accept anything less than what you want. And if you can get even half of that, it'll be more than enough for me. For each other. Saturn rushes in because Pluto is ready for this kind of fight. This is not what I was expecting. You're like, you're kidding, right? No, Pluto isn't joking. The farthest thing. The swirl of cosmic nebula dust that completely obscures the colony in Pluto's warm embrace. It's no punchline. Only insofar as it's true that Pluto is strong. What? It's so strong. It's funny. The colony no longer resembles Earth. Now it's a gas giant. Or maybe a star waiting to be born. Whatever the case. Even though it's certainly too much too late. Even though it's certainly too much too late to do anything about it, there's still an invitation from inside to just come try. You must really think I'm dumb. Or do you just have a lot of faith in me? In which case, you're really dumb. It could be Saturn's perfect opportunity if she plays her cards right. Pluto is putting everything she has and more into just attempting to move the colony. If Saturn can find her, she'll be helpless. And how am I supposed to do that? With you filling up the whole universe? Your story is everywhere, pulling at everything. How am I supposed to compete with gravity so strong even the narrative of space-time is bending? Oh, hi there, Saturn. Are you just passing through? Hi. Fancy meeting you here. Did you know it was me? How did you know it was me? Weird to find you in the middle of an inconceivable cosmic cloud only you could create. I know, what a coincidence. I've sort of been ordered to fire on anything that gets in it, though. I think this might make things awkward if you try to get closer. Okay. Notifications. You could at least pretend to be a little afraid of me. I am, just a little. Even if I should be. But even if I should be, I'm glad to see you. I hope that's not a lie. On either part. No, it isn't. I know you're dangerous, and you're very special. And you wouldn't be here if you couldn't stop me. Even if you're not quite ready for how hard that will be. I'm very impressed that you didn't decide to sneak up on me while I was thinking, though. It would have been a good chance. Oh. Are you maybe having second thoughts? I was hoping I could convince you to destroy this whole place with me. You're impossible. It's adorable. You're incorrigible. I like it a lot, actually. I even envy it a little. Oh. Thank you. I was just being difficult. Which is very charming of me. But I was half serious, too. Huh? Nope, never. I was almost tempted, though. I don't know what your memories of this place are like, but they're bad and good, right? Always a little worse than better. It's the same for me, but this place is still precious to me. It was a seed of life once. Maybe it can bloom again. So I'm going to protect it. Oh, that reminds me. What are you here for? Do you mind if I ask a personal question? What are you trying to do with it? I'm going to not destroy it. Oh, phew. That's what I was worried about. I really know when I'm beat, so I'll just beat... Hey, stop right there! What? I was just trying to banter. You tried to shoot me! That's dangerous. I didn't. You were thinking about it. Of course! Well, she was more like Saturn was trying to get a bead on Pluto. A string of pearls tides ripple through Pluto's nebula cloud, hoping there's something in it that it can find eventually. It's not like Pluto is hiding. She's just everywhere. It's hard to tell where she ends or begins. Aren't you thinking about shooting me too? You're the one with the advantage on visibility. I'm just sitting here. I can't find you in that cloud. Oh, you're totally right. Dear super weapon of Cradle's graces, are you actually a little naive? I gave you the benefit of the doubt Is that wrong? Obviously. Sorry, I've never learned to be on my guard. There's no need to be when I can tell what other people are thinking and nothing can touch me. If it really actually worked like that, you'd absolutely never trust anyone ever. No, I trust everyone. I can always trust people to do what they always do. Do you think you can trust someone to surprise you? Can you trust them to do something you wouldn't even think of? It's when they surprise me that I'm really happiest of all. That's when I really feel like we're not doomed. Set in stone, always making the same mistakes. I'm being stupid and following my heart. Just like you. You're going to have to do better than shoot at me if you want to surprise me. There are other ways to fight. And you're better at that than me. I think you can surprise me. Is that what you want? On Earth, our souls are weighed down by gravity. At the time gravity holds us together, tells us who we are, good things and bad. The Earth's gravity is strong because it is all of us, together. Forces that would be insignificant on their own are powerful enough to make a planet where we hold it together. That's why we are so much stronger on Earth. Even the weakest human has that sacred light of the soul, and its many powers. To forbid direct contact with the soul, to wield the arts and sciences in shaping existence, to be many and also one. Even the weakest human... Oh, wait, no. In space, our gravity is weak. Without the constant pressure of tidal reactors, our souls would dissolve in the way that water at high enough altitudes will evaporate off of a pilot's tongue, without atmospheric pressure to remind it to be water. Stories bleed into each other easily, and our shapes don't hold steady. The fragility of our ships couldn't survive a moment on Earth. In space, there are things we could never do on Earth. With our heaviness, we could never be so tender. Okay, I get it. Let's pick up from earlier, but fight in the way only pilots can fight. In the way that only us close to the edge of being human can fight. It isn't fighting at all. Do you feel the same way, Pluto? You are listening, right? I was going to tell you I don't have time to play today, but it sounds like you know I still want to anyway. That's going to make it harder to convince you to leave me alone and let me do this. You are here to play, right? No. Convincing... No, convincing me. I can pick up on the subtext. Blame it on the wicked celestial mechanic pilot who bothered you and didn't let you get any work done. The thing is, it's fun. It's more fun than hacking. To bleed, corrode, seep into the mist, Saturn can feel every particle and the celestial physics that make them move. It's a swelling orchestration. Pluto is conducting something beautiful, something overwhelming. The equations are hints and patterns, and Pluto at in the equations are hints and patterns to how Pluto thinks, to where she might be. It's simple to trace back. Easier than hacking, too. Space is boring. Space is empty. Space is broken. Space will never give us anything, will never give us everything we want. Space is a hope that what we want to make real might already be out there. Just reach out in space and time and we can almost touch it. Space is just a means to an end, but for a moment, Saturn is overwhelmed with how beautiful even the boring, dead, empty space can be. How beautiful even the boring, dead, empty space can be. Even just the way the dust moves around. That's when Saturn realizes she is lost. She went in to tear open the story, twisted around, and instead she got so lost and happy in it that she didn't even notice the cloud swirling around her, the cosmic dust covering her, Pluto holding her tenderly. Pulled into the atmosphere of the colony, they orbit gently. Saturn has no reason to fight. It doesn't even feel like she lost. It feels like she won something special. Okay, Saturn. Open your cockpit. Why? Because I trust you. Do you trust me? I do. The same way you trust me. No. I trust you way dumber than you trust me. You're so amazing. And you're so much more amazing because you believe in something like being human. You pour everything into being something that won't pay off. That makes me mad. But then sometimes I think it might work. Saturn's cockpit opens. Naked guts, exposed circuits. Krun McCullough's thumb presses against Saturn and the distended cockpit, exploring. Oh no. You're really hooked in there. Why would you ever do such a thing to yourself? You don't have to answer. I understand. Your cheek feels human and soft. Wow. Suddenly I don't feel like moving the colony much. Maybe not destroyed any more than it was before. Maybe not destroyed any more than it was before will be good enough. Why I'm back. Why am I doing this? I need to get back to my post. Hold on. I need to get Discord notification. No, I didn't mean to join. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Bye. Love you. Accidentally joined the Discord. Cool. But you look so nice like this. I want to get closer. Is that okay? No, I guess I shouldn't. Wow. That's so... What a brazen move. Okay, okay. Maybe you really win this time. Ah! Gay! Ah! Oh, I don't know. This is scary. Saturn, I would love it. Just love it. Yeah? If you messed everything up this time. Is this reverse psychology? I did really reduce you to that. Did I really reduce you to that? I'm a little impressed by your persistence in nagging me, but I feel like I've pushed you to your limit. Shut up. I am always, as always, I am serious. Messing things up is literally the only thing in the world no one has ever specifically needed to tell me to do. And you keep yelling at me when I do! I've been looking into Lepetus's work on the aversion project. Oh. How much do you know? More than you now. Of course it was always suspicious that Lepetus decided to support us. He was very insistent in his interest in taking humanity to the next stage. As if that is why any of us wanted to connect with that so-called existential threat. People who already had everything on Earth couldn't possibly understand. They just want even more for themselves. That's what I thought too. Lepetus is... Okay, I should leave the VC chat that I just joined. This is the text channel for the TTS still. That was funny. Lepetus's plan is very attractive to certain factions in Memorial Foundation. Certain factions in Memorial Foundation really liked the days when humanity was used against the existential threat. Was united against the existential threat. Except aliens aren't real. Okay, they're a nth-dimensional shadow cast by the gravitational impression of human culture in space-time, but that makes them a few shades short of real and much less dangerous than their cousins on Earth, which even those are so weak kids with radios can take them out. Anyway, Pluto wiped them out. That was the whole plan. Since humanity doesn't care about them anymore, they'd never expect that we would would find a way to avert our tidal reactors and become the aliens ourselves. The only alien is what is alien to us, and humanity's fundamental and that is fundamentally humanity. We're aliens to ourselves. Fx equals that which is human, that humans are not. And Lepetus isn't going to give up everything he has for that. Think he's lying about wanting to? I think he's lying about himself wanting to. I think he's happy to just let us complete the project and go home. Because he'll have exactly what he and the rest of humanity is longing for. The scapegoat. Someone to be an alien to humanity. Someone to be an alien humanity could guiltlessly fight against. Yes. I'm fine with abandoning Earth. It hasn't given me anything. But not on his terms. Not ever. Don't worry, Mercury. I've got a plan. No matter what, it won't go his way. This is not what we talked about, not by a mile, and you know it. And you know I don't actually have a moral compass that does not revolve around what's cool. So, coming from me, just know that it's my professional opinion that I'm not even sure that this is cool anymore. Creating a theoretical matter that is not even hard under laboratory creating a theoretical matter is not even hard under laboratory conditions, and in space it's easy to sustain it. But the creation of exotic matter like electrotoxins can get really not fun if you aren't careful. Since you hate fun, I already know that's not what you're after, and you don't have to level with me. And you don't have to level with me or anything, that's fine. But I do want you to know that this thing is basically designed to degenerate as quickly as possible. The reactor tends towards aversion. That will require a pilot I really would not want to meet. And a piloting style no one should ever do. It's going to drag the pilot down and going to be really weird and ugly unless they are immediately destroyed. Clearly, you want that. I mean, you've said so. But if they're going to have so much fun, let me try to convince you that you should set a self-destruct in there. Maybe something cool will happen when she averts, and this ship self keeps her anchored in space-time to mess everything up. If not, don't you want a backup option? Huh? I'm not Saturn. I am B. I'm completely uninterested in communicating with Lapetus in any capacity that is not technically. I know my boundaries, but you are very nice to worry. I know you're not jealous because you do respect me, but do not make me worry. It's what I respect me, but don't make me worry. It's what I like about you. I know you're worried for me, and it's worried for me, not about me, and I appreciate that. But I do want to clarify things, But I do want to clarify things so you stop asking me about it. Even though it is cute and I do appreciate it. Really. I'm not just saying that. Please don't hear that in a passive-aggressive voice. But I've been meaning to ask this for a while. Is it okay that I believe in this? It's important to me that you understand it's nothing to do with him. So, I worry that it means you don't understand what it means to me. I don't believe humanity needs to be punished. I'm fine with being human. But I think an important reminder is needed. Not alien in the sense of a foreign other that can bear all of our rage and hatred, but alien in the sense of casting our own features into a relief. I think what we see as a result should shame us. But there are many things we need to see. You'll probably say you support me and believe in me. Thank you. But you'll also say that it means something to you, too. But you'll also say that it means something to you, too. And that's really why I love you. Okay, I guess I'm doing this one. Oh, this place. Don't feel like seeing home again? Oh, come on. Don't tell me you don't have any fond memories of the Academy. I do, despite myself, and that's why I don't have any wish to see it like this. A ruined garden that only reminds us of how weak the gravity of this whole venture really was compared to Earth. Not to mention, it was all for something completely worthless too. Wait, now you're grumbling about a mission? This is historic! The Lagrange reactor is just a hollow shell. There's barely any advantage to have in getting it. This better be a trap to use you as bait to get Memorial Foundation off our trail. Oh no, what a terrible trap to fall into! More flirting, I see. Is it unbearable? Yes, extremely. Are you still getting nowhere with her? What are you talking about? I think you said before you were going to crack her open and peel her shell, but I don't think you have. Ugh, you don't know anything! Shh! I am completely and utterly correct then. She's highly evasive. Point blank or sniper shot, I can't seem to hit her. You kissed her on the mouth. Your type, I see. Shut up! I got the Academy's most notorious heartbreaker to look like an idiot at me. So I win. So shut up. She's even stupider than I thought she was. But she's not as stupid as me. Ugh, you're the one with your guts all over the place. Oh, just... ugh, fine. I'm frustrated, alright? It's not because I'm not getting anywhere. Or because I even care. Alright, this time, I'm done playing. Happy? If there's anything there, or if she's just metal all the way through, I'm going to find out. If she's that boring, I'll never forgive her, but I'm coming back with guts this time. The Memorial Foundation really sucks. So, I guess... oh, wait, that's the gayer option, actually. Oh! Wait, I'm confused. Oh, who knows? Surprise attack isn't very sporting. Don't be jealous just because I got mine off first. Got a wound on me? The Lagrange reactor... you got a wound on me. And the Lagrange reactor shell. That not a good enough deal? No way. In fact, I apologize. Hiding so I can't surprise you again is so unfair, Lunaterra. So let me bully you some more. I'll pass. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to get bullied? See if you can find me first. You like cat and mouse games, don't you? You want to try it again? I won't let you just play a game this time. Can you find me even when I'm serious? And then I'll get serious. Lunaterra hides in the Garden District, the one part of the colony she has no memories of. The Garden District doesn't have any trees, or flowers, or plants. It's not that kind of garden. A garden for the children meant to inherit space, not like Lunaterra, who came in the first generation, teenagers too old and too molded by Earth's gravity to inherit the cosmos. The second generation was raised here, in the light of the colony's center. The Lagrange tidal reactor, Lunaterra, remembers like the sun, with which hope that they would grow freely in the lightest of gravity, free from Earth's weight. Lunaterra is the one holding the useless shell of that reactor now. Even broken and useless, LT doesn't feel comfortable holding it. It's an unpleasant, untrustworthy object, and it feels wrong to hold. It was made by people, but it doesn't seem like it was. It's a fake, but it's unsettlingly close to what the celestial mechanics eventually intended it to be. When they seized control of the reactor before the conflict broke out. Something not made by humans. If it's so useless, then why don't you just give it back? You can tell what I'm thinking, huh? Or read between the lines. Just like Pluto, but different. Something I still can't understand. You've been playing with her too, haven't you? Sure have. Jealous? Of which of us? Though. Of which of... I sure have. Jealous? Of which of us, though? Both. I could never read the story like you both. I'm straightforward. That's not even a little true. You're being way too stingy with the narration. Narration? You can't perceive space-time as a story? A narration spun out in front of the ambient gravity of humans? Telling you about everything that is, if you can listen? You can't see how obviously your envy is bleeding out everywhere, can you? I'm slipping, huh? Letting out more than I thought. But see why I'm jealous? I don't know anything about what you mean. I wish I could speak that language. Yeah. It's amazing. You should really be sad you don't speak it. I just have this absence. Your impression on the narrative is something like a spilled whiteout, gushing ocean of bleach, which is a pain in the ass for someone like us. You have a natural habit of acting too fast to get caught up in the story, especially when it's not getting in your way. 3 times faster than the story knows what to do with. That's how you are different than Pluto. That's how you are different than Pluto. She would swell into the atmosphere, but you slowly bleed into spaces. Between the lines, I can feel you seeping through. Blurring the lines between one and the other. What is it you're after? Curious? Then stop hiding. The rain-slicked streets are looking more and more the same. The weather is malfunctioning, the moisture regulator is shot, and the failing gravity is doing strange things, playing strange tricks. Mare Chrysium's feet are wet. She's afraid. She's falling right into a trap that feels like it's in every direction at once. You can't trick me. Lunaterra dodges at the last second, or was never there. If Saturn bleeds into the narrative, then Lunaterra's trick is having a real habit of interrupting the story when it's getting good. A good thing she'll never know how much Saturn and Pluto think that's cool. I have eyes too, Lunaterra. Don't think gravity is don't think gravity alone is enough. Saturn swipes again. Lunaterra wouldn't be hit by such a thing, but she isn't ready for the dripping, sparkling neuro-lightning. She misjudges the distance, the unsureness of gravity. Mare Chrysium sparks, then bleeds from her left arm. Lunaterra swings her spear, crushes the string of pearls into the ground. It crumples, then darts away, lost in the mist. Saturn is worse off, but her machines will fix itself. It's the poison in Mare Chrysium's system. It's only getting worse. You almost got me, but not quite. Is your game off a little today, Lunaterra? I thought you were going to be serious. You're going to have to do a lot better than that if you want to see me be serious. You're misunderstanding. I'm going to cheat, and you're going to be the one who has to take this seriously. How's that arm feeling? Still sparking? Still gooey? Doesn't take that much, you know, to have you cleaning... Have you been cleaning your system regularly? What kind of fight are you looking for? A one-sided fight where you try your hardest and still lose. Ha! Looking for payback? What? No, who cares about that? It's for you. Because you love getting owned. You're never holding back. There's no way I can beat you. You're even stronger than any story anyone's told about you. You always win and no one touches you. If If ship self-fights were life and death, that'd make you a genius. But they're not. They're made in the image of plastic toys to fight like plastic toys. So that makes you an idiot for not playing along and being honest. You'll save a lot of time if you give in and say I'm right now. If you beat me for real, that'll be the answer you'll... That'll be all the answer you need. Stoic to the last. But that's great. You're holding out on me. Your holding out on me is actually kind of delicious. When's the story going to tell me what's happening? When are you gonna let me hear all about the static in your joints, the trembling in your mask, your slackening grip? I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to know. Lunaterra knows that it's true. Saturn can't sense where she is at all, but she knows immediately that Lunaterra knows she knows. Tell me about all that, and I promise I won't hate or fear. And I promise, without any hate or fear, I'll listen. You don't believe me, but I promise. I promise I won't laugh or hurt you. I can't see you, so you can escape if you want. I'll let you keep that little ball, I'll let you keep that little ball even, and the poison will wear off. But I want to see. Do you want to show me? Mare Chrysium crashes to the ground and skids along the wet streets of the colony. Her legs give out and her arms are too weak to catch her fall. The string of pearls lands gently, surprisingly, but that's what these ships were meant to do. They are meant to land gently. Even the electrotoxins are tingling. Even the electrotoxins are tingling, not painful, in a warm, numbing sort of way, like licking a battery with every part of your body. There's no way that Lunaterra can stand up. As soon as she lets it all in, she falls in a mess, totally defeated. Oh wow, you really did it. Oh shit. Welcome back to B's Robot Smut Euphemism Hour. And that's basically all this game is. Not all this game is, that's very reductive. It is also just a lot of robot smut. God damn it. Fuck out of here, keyboard. Fuck here. Microphone. You got so quiet. You're so well trained. The big strong ace, but you're the big strong ace, but you shut down so quickly. You really can't deal with me at all. Why is that? Didn't you say you weren't going to bully me? I'm showing all possible restraint. You really did make it hard. I thought you were kind of cool. You really acted like you knew what you were doing. Even though you were so scared. Leave me alone. Oh no, baby, but you love this. You're looking forward to it. I can see right through you. These ships are meant to touch. If you never lose, you never let anyone in. Thinking of this as losing it all is actually kind of sad. You want to give all this up and drag me home? Are you really sure? Lunaterra, you really ought not to lie to me so much. This smug, untouchable Lunaterra that I used to hate. She's so boring. But the you that I don't want anyone else to see, but the you that you don't want anyone else to see, that's a much better you. It's a you I want to see. Shit, hold on. Oh my god, I didn't even fucking see that. Holy shit, that's gay. Apologies. Making sure I'm unmuted. Jesus Christ. I'm a little bit gay, in case that wasn't obvious. Lunaterra is conscious of her own breath, of the unconscious, pulsing rhythm of her ship self, which trembles. And not just from the electrotoxins. She really can't move in any sort of effective way. But what she's feeling isn't fear, or even helplessness. It's anticipation. As if all she thought that she trusted it's as though if she thought that she trusted Saturn as much as anyone else, it's anticipation. If she thought that she trusted Saturn as much as anyone else, not at all. Now that she's no choice, she's surprised she trusts Saturn so much, even knowing exactly what she wants to do. Saturn plucks the broken reactor out of Mayor Chrysium's hands and tosses it away like trash. And I will. Now that I have the power to peel your skin off and see, I'm really happy. I never thought I'd finally get to see you like this, even though you're letting me. Little secrets just for me that the narration will never tell. Only for you. So only I get to see you twitching and helpless. And no one else knows. Not telling. But it's just for you. So keep it ambiguous. Got it. I could be straddling you and pinning you. That's certainly possible, but not for certain. I'm not saying anything definite. Ah! You've got it. Thank you. I've got my pride. Yeah, your pride? Tell me about that. It's worth a lot to me. Then I'm worth even more, right? Ah! 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 This game is so gay! Ah! Fuck humanity. Fuck Lepidus, or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm getting myself a bunch of girlfriends, and we're gonna go live on a space farm. Oh my god, this gay. I have some food that I'm gonna eat. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna eat the food. And then I'll continue with this. Okay, I've returned. I have returned to do the gay. It's January 30th, 1981. The day is almost here. The deadline to save everyone who came up to space with us, fought with us, tried to bring everyone up with us. If we shut down the lunar gravity well, there won't be any choice left. The power that keeps our ship selves in check will fall apart. We won't really have anywhere to go but home. If we kill the dream, no one will die. Really, really hope that's true. No one should die in space. No one should die, period. No one has to die because ship self-combat is shimmering missiles of light, cosmic explosions, electricity that sears through the soul. Blade science is impossible. Okay. Blade sciences impossible for a human to produce. Dances of combat without end. A fight against ideas with toys. Humans would never show that sort of compassion to each other. Earth's answer is a single atomic particle fired at near light speed directly into the cockpit core. A true weapon from a military force. The quickest, most efficient, insidious, unavoidable way to kill a human. The most boring possible way to pointlessly die. No drama, no meaning, nothing. Lunaterra, Memorial Foundation Ace Pilot. January 30th, 1981. In the end, they might get what they want. In the end, in the way that no one wants. They might get everything they want in the way that no one wants. If we open the lunar gravity well, then we can establish forever another Earth, and maybe another. We can inhabit the whole system, but that will cut humanity in two, and more. The distance will be so much further. Everything we have will be even farther from them. How much are we going to lose? How much will we never be able to give them? The moon is very close to being part of Earth. It's full of life, and humans can live here now. It feels impossible, and I don't want to give up. We should break it off forever, shouldn't we? All I want is to stitch these two humanities together, but if one of us dies as a result, I will fight forever to keep that precious thing alive. Pluto, Princess of Cradle's Graces. It's January 30th, 1981. They don't name it because naming it gives it power, but not naming it gives it more. It must be in every corner, behind every door, far, far away in the spaces between stars. It is defined and categorized in every human culture, and it is deliberately omitted from explicit naming conventions by Memorial Foundation, in favor of a euphemism less captivating to imagine, such as existential threat, rather than a specific word that would stimulate the imagination. But a trick like this will not work. In the euphemism is a hollow void that can hold all fears, all possibilities. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. But what is not does not stop existing. And it, like humans, can decide. It's the kiss of inverse. Everything that humans can imagine but can't become. The shortcut to attaining it is to forsake everything that humans already are. If a bunch of idiots get tricked into going there, it would make a very convenient enemy for Earth. That's their real fear. Before that happens, I will tell you a little secret. Ready? Saturn. Celestial Mechanics Test Pilot. Day 7. Route installation complete. New OS in operation. Celestial Mechanics fleet collecting in orbit of Earth's moon. Request for assistance received. Ignore. Awaiting manual input of mission parameters. Assist Cradle's Graces and Celestial Mechanics with the opening of the gravity well and changing the gravitational constants to make conflict with Earth possible. Mission created. Get in as much trouble as possible with the Memorial Foundation Ace. Mission created. Calculating gravitational slingshot data from server hack. Ready to launch? Yes. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Earth's moon. Do you think about Neath still? That's out of nowhere. I think about them every day, obviously. They're the reason Celestial Mechanics exists. First to understand what happened to them, and then because we couldn't stop thinking about it. About how to make what happened to them happen to us. We still don't know what it was exactly. They had us all together to reach through space and time to contact the existential threat wherever it came from. To make sure that it had truly been defeated for good. I think they were really hoping it wasn't. We felt the same, especially us who never got to fight yet. We reached together as far as we could, and Neath reached farther than anyone else. I didn't think it would have been anyone. It would have been. I didn't think it would have been them before anyone else. But I didn't know them. What was it they reached too far? Was it that they reached too far? Or what? Or that something reached to them? What's the difference? In the end, they got it. Whatever it was. Are you having second thoughts? Maybe. They were the only one. I always wondered why that was. They were special. In a good way or a bad way. They were chosen. What would be the criteria? We know it's not of that though. Just a lonely, unchosen child without so little presence in this world, they fell into another one. That's how it is. The only trick is how to do it on purpose. And that's just it. We too attached? I want to be something new and share it with everyone. Am I too heavy for the apple? The thin line between falling into inverse because you have hope and because you don't have any left. We should be glad it's not so easy, you know? Damn. They aren't children anymore. Director Nix. They aren't children anymore. But when they were pilots, there were all the obvious reasons that children... They aren't children anymore, but when they were pilots, they were. For all the obvious reasons that children are more suited to be pilots than adults. Since the decline of the space program, there have been fewer and fewer waves of new recruits, and the current pilot generations have no successors. Adults are serving as pilots because there are no longer any children in space. And adults should not have to serve as pilots. It would be cruel to send children to fight a war so that adults don't have to, especially as adults have far more powerful tidal forces than children. In their physical and metaphorical manifestations, tides are measurements of the authority that a culture has over the universe. The light of the soul that turns all impossible things into our dominion. The gravitational forces of children are weak enough to perceive and engage the existential threat without obliterating it instantly. And as a cancer that exerts subtle influence, in the back of our unknowing minds, they are suited to protect us from it. For this reason, Memorial Foundation has pushed against traditional cultural institutions for engaging existential threats with this more humane practice, Due to the resiliency of children and determined long-term effects, contact with existential threats on adults in the vast majority of cases. Constitutional institution for engaging existential threats. With this more humane practice, due to the resiliency of children and the detrimental long-term effects contact with existential threats has on adults in the vast majority of cases. In some exceptional circumstances, contamination lingers in children. Their gravitational forces never achieve sufficient power to extinguish the existential threat without resistance. Without the tidal force to challenge the other adults, they remain in limbo, unsuited to anything else. The remaining small percentage of the original pilot program that continues to reside in space is made of such cases. New aversion proposal. Author, Memorial Foundation, Celestial Mechanics. Thank you. I am no different from my... Okay, I have no idea. Thank you. I am no different from my former colleague. I think we all want the same thing, ultimately. Every one of us. I'd implore you to be forgiving of them, though not of their methods. Many of us are thankful for the ending of the Cold War, the paranoia, the suspicion that accompanied the strength of the existential threat in this world, as it fed the trauma and malaise, and the discontent of this world after the war. But I think some of us have some reservations about the future in abandoning existential threats to address the threats of our home. It will inevitably result in us turning to conflict between humans once more. And in turn, the existential threat will thrive. We are looking for the smoothest, most uncontested future. I won't lie. This will not ensure happiness for everyone. In fact, it may be difficult to understand how much it will ensure the opposite. For what we will ensure are very few. Jesus. But what I'm proposing will ensure the maximum happiness for the maximum number of people. And what else can we do? Okay. I am going to save here. And I am going to go. Thank you anyone who watched the stream. Have a lovely day.